Hello, this is Not a Spring Chicken. Of course, stay tuned to our cons coverage from day 2 of cons. And the big news today at cons is, oh yeah, the documentary on the royal family. That's not what you think it is. Anyway, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. And Obama can't be beat even though his polls are falling like a rock.
Well, that's what the pundits are all saying, and it's the same reason. There's absolutely nobody that anybody wants to run on the Republican side. Here's an answer to Barack Obama and the fact that no one wants any Republicans. Vote an unnamed candidate in. Just simply vote at the next election at 212. None of the above.
Ooh.
And that will basically screw the election process. Obama will claim that they meant to vote for him, of course, but let the Supreme Court decide that, 20, 30 million people meant to vote for Obama.
And Senate Democrats have no plans to stop spending, just shift where they spend it and raise taxes.
Yeah, this morning the market is collapsing on the news that Medicare and Social Security are busted, and they're going to go broke. They're deficit spending under Obama, and they have came up with a brilliant plan. They're going to increase payroll taxes and the other taxes that businesses are paying to cover the losses that are being done, which will automatically save the programs and result in more workers being hired.
Ooh.
Yeah, that never results in more workers being hired.
I know. And Taliban says deadly Pakistan bombing revenge for bin Laden.
Well, yeah, it's not, but it basically is making Obama look bad as things are getting worse over there. The Pakistanis just totally and absolutely hate the United States at the moment.
In polls, U.S. supports immigration reform, and why don't politicians?
Because the public doesn't support immigration reform. Only the Democrats support immigration reform. There is a difference, folks. The public wants the immigration. They want the border secured, and they don't want to give a path to citizenship to anybody. You can't even find 2 Democrats in any party that will agree that we need a path to citizenship for the people. They figure that our unemployment is at about 12 million people. And by Obama's own figure, there's about 12 million people that they can't even account for here working. So isn't that coincidental? And
Unabomber items to be sold at unusual online auction.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be illegal. You're not supposed to sell that stuff online. But a lot of people don't pay any attention to the laws in this nation anymore. So especially the president.
And our laws are chasing the best out of our country to seek work.
Well, that's why we have to have immigration reform. Because once again today, they're coming here, they're getting an education, they're learning a profession, and then we won't allow them to stay in our country. And then the guy said to Cant, yes, but do you have any comprehension of the word illegal? Mm-hmm. And he said, well, these people, a lot of them came here, their parents brought them here, and they had no say-so, so we can't punish them. And the reporter said, yeah. Said, we personally like the idea of moats with alligators.
An ethics committee refers Ensign case to the Justice Department.
No, the Democrats referred the case to the Justice Department. And they said now the Republicans are wanting to refer the cases of the Democrats that left office to the Justice Department. And they said, well, you can't do that because they're not here anymore. Ensign's not there anymore either. Mm-hmm. Remember all those senators that, the Dodd from Delaware, for instance, that was involved in the big scandal over the mortgage scandal? Mm-hmm. He didn't get sent to the Justice Department.
And the local pastor made up elaborate Navy SEAL tell.
Well, I'm going to try something okay, would anybody believe that I was a Navy SEAL if they looked at me? Would anybody believe that a person that is not in great shape was a Navy SEAL?
I was? Yeah, right.
Yeah, no. Basically, if you don't look like you could have ever been a Navy SEAL, saying that you were is not really an intelligent thing, and nobody in his right mind is going to believe that, that pastors were Navy SEAls, period.
Yeah, it's kind of like believing some of the,
well, it doesn't go with the job.
Yeah, that's kind of right, huh?
Yeah.
And a group of 6 senators plan to cut U.S. deficits.
Yeah, they're going to raise taxes.
And why? Yeah.
That's going to cut the deficit.
Uh-huh.
Basically, what happens is they said that every tax hike, the Democrats, some are admitting that every time a tax is raised, unemployment figures go up. So logically, if you keep raising taxes, less people are going to be hired. And they said the reason why that we've got this deficit is not because of too many taxes, it's because there's not enough people working.
And wife of possible GOP candidate Tess Waters with rare speech.
Well, that's McDaniel. She doesn't come out very often. She has now. So it means that he's planning to run for the presidency. Nobody wants him to run for president any more than they do the other Republicans. They said the ones they want have no intentions of running for the office because they just got elected to office. I mean, if you go run for the office of the presidency 6 months after you took office, they're going to basically bounce your rear end out.
And Texas bill would make invasive pat-downs a felony.
Yep, and the TSA is now defending the pat-down of a 9-month-old. That basically, I think the Republicans today in the House of Representatives are getting ready to defund the TSA. The latest to TSA is, well, these people are not directly TSA people. They were hired, and we're looking into replacing those people with people to work for the government. No, this is how it works. The TSA is a bunch of, everybody agrees except the liberal Democrats that they're nothing but thugs. So I know we're in the flight path and everything. So even the birds though aren't moving today. We're giving you a picture of birds that are not afraid of anybody.
Hamas sends signals of moderation to the West.
Yeah, Obama's getting ready to side with them on forming a Palestinian state in this fall. And basically, turning over half of Israel to the Palestinians, which is basically going to result in a war like you cannot believe, because they are not going to voluntarily give up half their country.
And death toll in Pakistan blast rises to 80.
Actually, it's something like 120 now and growing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the thing. It's just they know they got Obama on the run, and they're going to chase us out of Afghanistan by shutting off our routes into Afghanistan through Pakistan. So they said that the Obama victory lap was turned into a disaster because we got all of this intelligence material, which basically nobody believes except the bad guys, and that has changed all the information. But according to the president, though, they actually keep the same information for a decade. They don't change people. They don't change the way they do business. They don't change their emails. They don't change their cell phones. I have my doubts about any of that, but I happen to be in a minority of one, though, where I live.
And crops aplenty in Senate showing big oil tax breaks.
Yeah, because they, as soon as they started their talk with, by executive order, we're going to raise taxes on the oil companies, the price went up at the pump, and the commodities markets all went sky high. Corn was going backwards, now corn is going up. Wheat was going backwards, it's going up. Gold was going backwards, it's going up. Everything is going up. Thanks once again. I mean, you can look at it, before the Democrats get done, they'll probably be $5 a gallon. And people are still not going to buy the green cars. They'll just throw the Democrats out.
And not all young Australian men want more sex.
I've loved that one. That I don't know what world that the people that did that research in live in. That they said like 6 out of 10 Australian men believe in celibacy.
Oh.
They've never been to Australia, whoever did that report, folks.
And IRS, I know, got IRS investigating donors to political nonprofits. Yeah, that is the IRS.
Yep, that's the Internal Revenue Service, and they're just blowing a gasket because they want also to know what charities they give to also. And they said it's not political. They're doing this for transparency, but they said none of the organizations that contribute to Democrats are involved in Obama's orders.
Oh yeah, amazing, isn't that?
I know.
Transparency is important.
They said it will kill him. When he does this, it's the last nail in his presidency, because every business in this country, including the Democratic businesses, are going to be in an uproar, because you can't have the President of the United States ordering that people tell you who they give to charity on now.
And Israel and Obama should welcome Hamas via reconciliation.
No, Israel is not welcoming that. I mean, they know that this is all being done so that they can go to the UN and have the UN split Israel into 2 pieces.
And Ashton Kutcher gives online hint about joining men.
Well, yeah, he's going to be getting more money than Charlie Sheen, which basically negates the reason for firing Sheen, which is a money issue.
That sounds like a James Bond issue.
Oh, I mean, it's stupidity, but then again, they said that Sheen has said it was not very. They had not much intellect to begin with, so.
Anna Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
That if the best you can elect is the one that got you in the mess to begin with, you deserve exactly what you get. No. Oh well.
What's the deal about Tiger Woods? True?